Today I get to walk you around a 2022 Winnebago Ekko 22A. So this is a pretty new model from Winnebago. Probably one of my favorite models they've ever produced. It is an off-the-grid, 4-season, do what you want with it kind of camper van. So just while we're kind of backed out here, I just want to point out a couple options that this one, or a option that this one has. So we've got the luggage rack up there on the roof. So if you want to do things like Thule carriers or just come up with your own rack, you can actually put stuff on the roof of this Winnebago Ekko. Now while we're looking up there, we've also got 455 watts of solar. That's going to charge our house batteries and give us that off-grid capability. And then in the back, you'll also see a 13,500 BTU air conditioning. Oh. Now down below that, we've got the Carefree Awning. Pretty nice awning. It is a power extend, power retract. We've also got a nice LED light strip down in the bottom of it so that you can be out here under the awning at night and still have some light. Now this also has the wind sensor built into it so that if it starts bouncing a little bit too much, it will just go ahead and retract itself, just like that. The other cool thing about that awning is we do have app control. So you can be out here, you know, enjoying your campsite, decide that it's a little too sunny, use your phone, put that awning out, or put it back, or retract it. So another option that this particular Winnebago Ekko has is going to be the exterior kitchen. So that's going to give us the Norcold cooler, the refrigerator freezer. You get to set the temperature on it. That's going to run directly off of the house batteries. A 2-burner gas cooktop. And then a little flexible sink. What's cool about this sink, one, we've got a drain in here. You just pinch it and it pulls out. But this is just collapsible. So it doesn't take up much space, easy to store. When they come in from the factory, they literally just put them on the top of the cooler like that, and it's out of your way. Now for that cooktop, we've got this gas line that's gonna go from a quick attach point here to a quick attach point on the slide tray. Now on the quick attach point on the motorhome, we've got a shut-off valve. And then also on the part that actually attaches to the stove, maybe, we've got another shut-off valve right here. So you have 2 safety valves just in case something ever happened. What I really like about this is it gives you the flexibility. If you had like a little gas fire pit or something, you could just plug in directly to that. You don't have to carry extra propane bottles. Another feature of the Ekko that I really like is we've got 2 remote propane bottles. Now those aren't mounted in there other than by a quick screw. So what's cool about that, you don't have to go find a place to have your propane bottles filled. You can go to a Walmart, a gas station, whatever, and just exchange those tanks. They are just standard size. In the back of this Winnebago Ekko, we've got a huge storage compartment with access from all 3 sides. So passenger side, rear, and driver's side. So this compartment's great for, you could put bikes in it, you could put skis in it, fishing poles, inflatable kayaks, things like that. So what's really cool about this compartment as well is it's all gonna be fiberglass, so it's really easy just to wipe down if you needed to. We've got the removable tray, so you could take this out, just pressure wash it, and then the floor, also very easy to wipe down. On both sides of this, we've got the track mount. So there's different attachments you can get there, little tie-down rings, bike mounts, whatever you need. Now something a lot of people don't realize about the Ekko is on this wall and the roof of this storage compartment, it's actually steel backed. So if you wanted to, you could actually drill into there and make hanging things. You could organize your fishing poles, organize your skis, whatever you need. So, and then on each door, on the driver and passenger side, you also get the MOLLE rack. Great place to hang things like helmets, backpacks, extra gear, things that you want to get to quickly. So I want to point out how thick this door is. This is going to be our insulation all the way around. It's going to be that thickness. So that's what's going to give you kind of that 4-season camper. Now also when we close these doors, these latches actually suck the door in just a little bit, just to keep water and dust from getting into them. Forward of that, we've got our water bay. So this is probably one of the most important bays when it comes to Four Seasons, and because your water system is what freezes. So we've actually got a heat exchanger right here that is going to pull directly off of the Truma heating system on this motorhome and heat this bay. So you know these little water lines that are exposed, they're going to stay warm. They're not going to freeze and break on you. We've got the water manifold here, exterior shower so you can clean up before you go inside, water pump switch. Now these valves are what you're going to use to change the settings of the water. So if you're dry camping, you set the valves to the dry camp setting. If you want to winterize it, set it to winterized setting. Very easy, the labels are nice and easy to read. And then up here, something a lot of manufacturers are going away with, we actually have a gravity fill for our freshwater tank. Now that freshwater tank is inside underneath the bed. So it's inside, heated and insulated. It's 50 gallons. And then your gray water tank is 51 gallons. So that's going to be the water from your sink and your shower. A little bit more storage. Now this one has the option to delete the generator, and with that we got the two Lithionics 315 amp hour batteries. So 630 amp hours of battery total, lithium batteries. Over to the right we see the Xantrax 2000 watt inverter. That inverter is wired to run your air conditioning, all of your outlets, and your microwave directly off of this battery power. No external power source needed. And then one more thing, Winnebago did a great job here by, instead of putting a traditional black tank in it, we've got a locking cassette toilet. So this is a 5-gallon cassette. All you do, lift up on this blue lever, pull it out, and then you can go dump it. The cool thing about this is it gives you the flexibility to not have to go to a traditional dump station in order to dump your tanks. Now moving forward, the Winnebago Ekko is built on the Ford Transit chassis. So this is going to be powered by a 3.5 liter EcoBoost, puts out 310 horsepower, 400 foot-pounds of torque. In my opinion, this is a much better chassis than the Mercedes that you see on the Revel. I think it drives better, it's got better power, and it's more comfortable when you're sitting inside of it. Now this chassis is pretty loaded up, so you get adaptive cruise control, automatic high beam assist, lane keeping assistance, pre-collision warning, and emergency braking, all on this chassis. So all the safety features that you're used to in your modern day cars, you actually get it on the motorhome as well. Now it's time to go inside. Before we do, I want everyone to take a look at this door and just see how thick that is. Now this is a very Class A style door, so it's better insulated. What that helps with is A, keeping it warmer or cooler in there depending on what you need, and B, it helps with keeping the noise down on the outside, or from the outside. So coming inside, first thing I want to show is going to be your privacy curtain here. So this is a nice insulated piece of fabric, and it just snaps in up around the cab. One more. So that's going to, one, help your air conditioning cool this down if it's you're summer camping, and two, it keeps heat from escaping in the cab if you're winter camping. Now when you're done with it, just pop it off, fold it up, and it actually fits perfectly in this little storage cubby here. Now in this kind of galley area, now this is where I think the biggest difference between a traditional Class B and the Winnebago Ekko comes in. We actually have some space in here to move around and do what we need to. So we've got the two seats right here, little flip up table. Big enough if we did swivel that captain's chair around, we could have two people sitting here. There's definitely room where you could have two people sitting side by side, but it is a little tight if you were going to do side by side seating. Not impossible. Now these seats do have 3-point seat belts for both of them. And then also back in here, there are the attachment points. If you have like car seats or child boosters, there are attachment points back there, your anchor points. So another thing, I'll switch spots. Another thing that comes standard with the Winnebago Ekko is going to be a lagoon table. Now, if we were to swivel around this passenger seat, which I will do just so you can see it. Personally, I like to swivel seats from the outside. I think it's easiest to do it one time, then you don't have to worry about it. Just like that. So this lagoon table here is really flexible. So we can use it as extra counter space, or this mount moves up and down. And now we've got a small little table to use if we're sitting in that passenger seat. I think I actually put it a little too low. So the bolster sits right there so your knees aren't in your chest. But another table here, if you wanted to work here, wanted to eat, absolutely possible. Now the other thing that's cool about lagoon tables is just unscrew it. Nope. And it pops off. And then it literally just stores back behind these two passenger seats in the back of the motorhome. Moving into the kitchen area. Now the reason they give you that lagoon table is you don't have a ton of counter space. We do have the sink cover, which acts as additional counter space. Single bowl sink. We do have a sprayer on the faucet. 2-burner gas cooktop. And that's in addition to the gas cooktop that's already on the outside. 2 outlets down below. Now remember, every outlet in here is powered by that inverter. Great kitchen storage. Now this is a really big cabinet underneath. You'll see the whole house water filter in there. But this would be a great place to keep your cooking pots and pans. One more small pantry. Now the cool thing about this is we do have adjustable shelves up and down as needed. Another really big cabinet. Right here we've got all of our manuals for this motorhome. Notice that we have magnets on the ceiling here so that we don't have to hold that cabinet up. And while we're talking about that, the roof height in here is 6 feet 8 inches. So if you're a little bit taller, you still have some room to move around in here, especially in the front. Another cabinet right next to the microwave. And then a gray stone microwave. Right next to the microwave, we've got the Norcold refrigerator freezer box. So up top, a small freezer box. And then directly across from the freezer, we've got the flexible shower or flexible bathroom. So this is a really cool design by Winnebago. So right now we've got it in toilet mode. And then when it's time to shower, you get the 24-inch by 32-inch shower just by moving that wall. Plenty of room in here. I'm 6 feet tall and I can still move around and do what I need to do. Much better than your wet bath that you would see in your typical vans. What I also like about the Winnebago Ekko is with 50 gallons of water, you can actually take decent showers. We do have an on-demand hot water heater, which is controlled right here. It's going to be your Truma. So you can actually take a long shower. You don't have to rush because you only have 3 gallons of hot water or whatever the vans are coming with these days. Very nice feature. Down below the Truma control pad, we've got our air conditioning control pad. That is going to be a GE air conditioning. And again, that can be ran just off of the battery power alone, or the inverter power, I should say. Coming into the bedroom, we've got the two 32-inch wide by 76-inch long twin beds. Now, they did make this flexible to where you could put this in and fill it in and have the full width of a king bed. But if you're going with a buddy or someone you don't really want to snuggle with, you can leave it as the two twin beds. Now in the bedroom, we get more storage. And then there's a total of 4 110 volt outlets. There's 2 more up in this cabinet. There's 4 USB ports, and there's 2 12 volt receptacles to charge your phones, iPads, tablets, watches, whatever you're charging nowadays. Now, something that's really important, and every single window inside of this Winnebago Ekko is just like this. We've got the dual pane acrylic windows. So 4 latches on this one. Now, they're storm windows, so we can leave them open if it's raining or if it's snowing, if you want to be cold. But you have different stop points, and you can open them as far or as little as you want to. Now, what's cool about these windows is they use them so that if something breaks, you just replace the single piece. You don't have to replace the entire assembly. 4 latches again. Now, on every window, we also have our privacy screen that pulls up from the bottom, or our bug screen that pulls down from the top. So you can have those windows open, have the airflow without all the bugs coming in. Now, also in the bedroom, for additional storage, there's a couple different ways you can access it, but you can lift the bed up and then you've got a nice hanging storage. Now, this is a cabinet as well, so you do not have to lift this bed up. And then you also have a drawer. And an additional little storage pocket back in the back. And it's the same thing on this opposite side. Hanging storage, and then your drawer. Now, I was talking about that water tank being underneath. So it's actually underneath these steps here. So that water tank is inside here and heated, insulated, so you don't have to worry about it freezing if you're out winter camping. So, and I think that's pretty much going to wrap up my walkthrough of this 2022 Winnebago Ekko. Just so everyone is kind of aware, we are still pre-selling these. We haven't had any on the lot and available yet. But if you have any questions about these, please feel free to give me a call. Again, I'm Brian Moritz with Transwest Truck Trailer RV in Frederick, Colorado. My phone number is 303-482-6375. Thank you. Bye.